Hi friends, welcome back to Table Full of Joy. I'm Cheryl. If you're new around here, I'm so glad that you came. If you've been following for a while, welcome back. So I'm super excited about today's video. Today's video is part of a collab that is being hosted by two of my sweet friends on YouTube. One of them is Melissa from I'm Merely Melissa, and the other one is from Christy from Christy's Farmhouse. I hope you guys will check them out. All of the sweet ladies that are in this collab will be in a playlist that'll be in the description of this video. So click on the description box down there and check out all their videos. I'll also link I'm Merely Melissa as well as Christy's Farmhouse in the description so you can check them out individually. But I hope that you'll check out everybody. These videos take a lot of time, a lot of effort to put into them. So I really would appreciate it if you guys would check out everybody, see what they're doing, show them some love, just like you have me. If you are here from the playlist, if you've come over from one of either Melissa or Christy's channel, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. So we're gonna get into the kitchen. We are gonna make some Valentine treats. That's what this collab is about, is sharing some Valentine treats that you guys can make to share with your loved ones and without a whole lot of effort. So come on in my kitchen and let's make something sweet. All right, so we are gonna make a simple sugar cookie. I love this cookie, and I'm actually gonna make a little bit of a twist with this cookie. This cookie typically uses almond extract in it. What I'm gonna use is I'm gonna use strawberry extract because it is going to be a pink cookie because it's Valentine's Day, and we are going to drizzle it with dark chocolate. So what goes better than strawberry and chocolate together? So we're gonna start off with 3/4 of a cup of butter that's been softened. And we are going to whip this with our sugar and our egg. We're gonna whip those all together. Like I said, this is a very super simple and very easy cookie recipe. A lot of sugar cookie recipes require a whole lot of, chilling of the dough and all of those kinds of things. And our oven just preheated. I don't always have time for that. And so today we're gonna do something a little bit more simple, a super easy cookie recipe. So there is 2/3 of a cup of just granulated sugar. We're gonna put in 1 egg, and we are going to whip this stuff together. So if you are new here from one of the other channels and you're just checking me out while this is mixing up, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am a retired chef. I worked for 11 years on campus at the University of Oregon, and I cooked for a whole bunch of ladies at a sorority house, and I loved it, loved every minute of it. But I had to medically retire last year in June at the end of the school year. My body just couldn't handle the long hours there anymore. But I love to cook, and I love to share my love of food and my love of cooking with people. And so God led me here. And so this is what I'm doing now. And I'm blessed that I get to share my love of cooking, my love of food, get to teach people some tips and tricks that I have learned along the way. And so I'm excited for you guys to stick around. I hope you will. And check out what we do around here. We do a lot of grocery hauls. We do a lot of cooking and baking. And we're going to start gardening here pretty soon. We're putting in a pretty good sized garden in our backyard this spring. And so we're going to be starting that project soon. And so I hope you guys will check out some of my other videos. I'll leave a couple of them in the description box down here for you guys to check out if you're interested to see what else we've been doing around here. But I'm excited for you guys to be here, and I hope that you'll stick around. So we've got our butter. We're going to turn this up just a hair. We're going to go ahead and add in our tablespoon of extract. And as I said, this recipe calls for almond extract. We're going to use strawberry extract tonight because I want to dip these or drizzle these in dark chocolate. So it looks like that's about what I have. So we're going to turn the mixer down just a hair. And it's totally fine that this is going to turn it red because we're actually going to add red food coloring. I am going to add just a drop of vanilla because vanilla accents and complements our strawberry. So we're going to add just a little bit of vanilla extract in this. And then we're going to put our top back on. The last thing that we need to do, or two last things we need to do, is we need to put in our 2 cups of flour. So we're gonna start off with 1 cup. We're gonna put in our 2 cups of flour, and then we're gonna add in our food coloring. And we are using a gel food coloring, not a liquid. I am not a huge fan of the liquid food colorings anymore. As soon as I found the gels, I was done with the others. So we've got our 2 cups in here. We're gonna start this on a very low speed so that we can start to get our flour incorporated. Now we're not gonna get our flour all the way incorporated before we put our gel in. We've just got it so that it's just starting to get moist. So let's go ahead and get our food coloring put in so that we can start to get this incorporated without overworking our flour. We don't want to overwork it because that will give us a really tough cookie. So it looks like my gel food coloring has kind of gelled up a little bit. So we're gonna unlock this real quick, and we're just gonna wipe this right on our blade or our paddle attachment. We're gonna see how much that, let's do just a tiny bit more, because I want to have a really good deep color on these cookies, because I want my chocolate, my dark chocolate that I put on these, I really want this dark chocolate to pop. So I want to make sure I get plenty of food coloring on there. All right, so let's go ahead and put this on. Let's wipe this off onto our paddle. I like to use a toothpick when I am pulling food coloring out of this. So we're gonna go ahead and mix that in. All right, we're gonna put just a little more in. I don't think it's quite right enough for me yet. So let's turn it off. Let's get a little bit more put on here. Let's go ahead and scrape our paddle down, get all of this in here. All right, I'm using a little bit down the side, but okay, let's go ahead and mix this in now. All right, that is the color I wanted right there. That's exactly what I was looking for. So let's go ahead and scrape this down one more time, because we have a little bit of our food coloring that is stuck up here, so we need to get that incorporated. And there's a couple little pieces of our dough that they don't have any food coloring on them, so we need to get those scraped into our bowl, and we're there. That's good. Okay, this is perfect. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put our food coloring away so that we don't get it all over everything. We're gonna get our mixer moved out of the way, a little bit of flour down on our board, and then we are gonna get ready to roll these out real quick. All right, so we have our board, we've got our rolling pin. We're gonna put down just a little bit of flour on our board so that our dough doesn't stick. We're gonna go ahead and get our dough off of our paddle. We're gonna get it all out of our mixing bowl and onto our flour. We're gonna roll it out. We want it rolled out to about a 1/2 inch thick. I think will be perfect. Just gonna use my hands. Sometimes the best tool is the 2 hands God gave you. So that would be a lot of times the best tools to use. Sometimes trying to use these spatulas doesn't always work, but we're going to still use that a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and get this scooped out so we can get our cookies rolled out. We're going to be really careful. We don't want to overwork our dough, so we are going to kind of lightly flour it on both sides so that it's not going to stick. And we are going to use some really fun little cookie cutters that I found today at the Dollar Tree. I'm super excited to get to use these. These would be super cute if you wanted to surprise that special somebody with some cute little cookies, whether that is a spouse or a kid or your parents or anybody that you want to surprise with a fun little Valentine's treat. These cookies would be perfect for that, and this little cookie cutter that I found. All right, so we're gonna get a little bit of flour down on our dough here a little bit. Let's go ahead and put a little bit more down just so we make sure that we're not gonna stick. Like I said, we don't want to overwork this dough. We want this dough to stay nice and beautiful and soft. Let's go ahead and flour our rolling pin so that it's not gonna stick to the rolling pin. Let's go ahead and get our dough rolled out. And these are gonna be super cute. What I love about this dough is the dough doesn't, in the recipe, it does not have a problem with you using the leftover dough. It says that you can roll it back up and cut it out again, and it's not gonna hurt it. So our cute little cookie cutters we have, this is an eye, this is a heart, and then it has the U. So we're gonna just go ahead and cut these out. We're probably not gonna get all of them to say I love you, but if we can get a couple of them that say I love you, and then we just do the rest of them in hearts, that's gonna be totally fine with me. And as you can see, this dough came off perfect. We have our silpat over here. So we're gonna go ahead and start getting our cookies lined up on here. This dough is beautiful. This is really, really pretty dough. I've worked with a lot of dough over my lifetime working at the sorority house, and this is a beautiful dough. I haven't worked with this one before, so I'm excited to try something new. Let's see, I'm gonna move, just trying to rearrange these just a little bit on my silpat. These are going to be super cute. Let's go ahead and do another heart. This recipe was actually shown on Pinterest with just the heart cookie cutter, but when I found this one this morning, I just think this one's going to be super cute to do something a little bit different. And then we're still going to take all of these cookies and we are going to drizzle them all with a little bit of dark chocolate because we have that strawberry extract in them. So we're going to go ahead and do our we're going to do the strawberry and the chocolate theme with these cookies. It has been a long day. We just got home from life group and I needed to get this video done for the collab. So one other quick little thing for you. If you are new here and you have not subscribed or you have not hit the notification bell, I would love it if you would do that, because coming up on Friday, the 10th, which is just a week from today, as a matter of fact, there's going to be an extremely special video coming out on my channel for I'm doing a basket of goodies that are going to be donated to our youth group at our church, and so I'm going to be sharing all of those recipes with you guys. So make sure that you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out when that video comes up. You'll be notified as soon as that video gets uploaded. All right, so we're going to bake this batch of cookies. We're going to check them in about 6 or 7 minutes. I don't want to over bake them. I want them to still have a nice tender texture to them. So we're just going to keep cutting cookies out so we have them laid out and ready to go. So when this batch comes out, we'll take those out, we'll put some more on, and we're just going to keep moving forward with these. But we've got something special coming up here shortly, but we're going to get our cookies finished first. All right, friends, these cookies smell so good. I smell the strawberry and they look absolutely beautiful. I I'm super excited with this little cookie cutter set that I got at the Dollar Tree. Aren't those cute? So we're gonna get these off of the tray. We went ahead, while these are in the oven, we went ahead and cut out all the rest of our dough so that it's ready to go on this pan and go in the oven. And we are going to do something a little fun while this last batch of cookies is in the oven. It is Valentine's Day after all. Well, it's going to be Valentine's Day. And so I was thinking about what I wanted to do for the second little goodie that I was going to do for this video for you guys. And what I thought would be super fun would be to do something fun with my husband. So I'm going to get these cookies in the oven real quick, and then Tony and I are going to make a Cupid's float. I saw this recipe on Pinterest. I thought it was the cutest idea. And so we are going to make a sweet little treat that we can enjoy together. And this Valentine's Day is a little bit special for us because we just got married April of last year. So this is our first Valentine's Day since we got married. And even though we've been together for 30 years at the end of August, it still is a little bit special because this is it's a special holiday, and for this to be our first Valentine's Day since we got married just makes it a little bit special to me. So I thought I would include my hubby in this second part of this video, that we would do something fun together. So I'm going to get these cookies in the oven. This is the last tray. And then while these are baking, we are going to make a fun little float, and we're going to bring you guys along while we make that. But I'm going to clean up real quick here, get my cutting board and everything wiped off, and we are going to start to make our floats. All right, hi everybody, this is my hubby Tony.
Hi.
So we are going to make our Cupid's float. I found this, it's just cherry 7-Up and vanilla ice cream. You're supposed to rim your glass with white chocolate and sprinkles and all that kind of stuff, and that's just not really who we are. We're not that kind of people. It's not really our thing to put a bunch of sprinkles and chocolate and that kind of stuff. So we're just gonna go simple. So we're gonna do a little bit of our cherry 7-Up in the bottom of our glass. We're gonna do a little bit of ice cream. You have to do this in layers, otherwise you end up with a huge bubble up all over. So you do a little bit of ice cream, you do a little bit of 7-Up, kind of splash it like I just did, do a little more 7-Up. I don't want to make these too huge. We don't eat a whole lot of sweets, so I don't want to make these floats too awful big, but a little bit is good. This actually sounds very refreshing right about now. We've had a very busy week and a very busy day, so I'm excited to have a little something sweet tonight. As I said, we don't eat a whole lot of sweets, but every now and then it's fun to have something. Okay, there's our ice cream. I'll have hubby put this back in the freezer so that it doesn't continue to melt. And we're gonna put just a little bit more of our cherry 7-Up. We have our little metal straws. We're gonna put those in here. Let me grab a paper towel real quick. Kind of dribbled down the side of this one a little bit, but I love the color. See this color in here? You have your pink and your white all together. That's gonna be super tasty. And there's hubby's. There's mine. Cheers.
Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's Day. Ooh, that's really good. we're gonna go enjoy our little sweet treat while our cookies finish baking. We have one more batch in there. It's in the oven, still has a couple minutes to go. We're gonna go have our little sweet treat together. We'll come back, finish our cookies, let them cool. We're gonna decorate them with a little bit of dark chocolate, and then these are gonna be ready for the evening. We'll see you guys in just a few minutes. All right, so we're gonna pull out the last pan of cookies. These are smelling amazing. We're gonna get these put on our cookie sheet. What did I do with my spatula? Found it. We're gonna get these put on our cooling rack. And these won't take very long to cool. This batch right here is already cool. One of our little eyes got a little bit crooked, but it's totally fine. Not a big deal. And while these are cooling, we're gonna go ahead and get our dark chocolate melted. So that we can start drizzling these with some dark chocolate. Let's start arranging them a little bit so we can make as much room on here as we possibly can. They don't really take very long to cool, which is nice. That's the one thing I love about a cooling rack is it allows cookies and things to cool really quickly. This actually made a pretty decent sized batch of cookies. So it looks like I'm gonna have to probably get another cooling rack out. We're just gonna set this right here for just a second until we get these off, and then we can move our hot pan over onto the oven or the stove, and it can hang out there because I won't wash this until it is cooled. So we'll go ahead and put our rack right here. And then I'm actually going to take some parchment paper, and I'm going to put a little parchment paper underneath these so that when I drizzle the chocolate on them, we don't end up with chocolate all over our counter. I don't want to have to clean that up, so I'm going to take a couple of minutes and put parchment paper underneath so that I'm able to clean up pretty quickly afterwards. So we're just going to take a piece of parchment. Let's put this under. And I don't think that I'm going to put sprinkles on these. I'm just not really feeling the sprinkles, but in your kitchen, you do what you want. If you want to do sprinkles on the cookies, if you think your family is going to enjoy that, then by all means, do that. I just don't think that, you know, my husband and I need the sprinkles, so we're just not going to do it. So we need to set up our pastry bag. So we need to put in our coupler down here in the bottom. We need to have our, just our little skinny tip is all we're gonna do on here. We're gonna go ahead and set up our pastry bag. Get that set up before we melt our chocolate, because we wanna move fairly quickly after we get the chocolate melted, because it's going to harden fairly fast. So we need to make sure that we're moving fast. So let's go ahead and melt some of our dark chocolate. I love this Ghirardelli's, these melting pieces, they're melting wafers. They are so good, and they are so amazing for so many different things. All right, let's put this in the microwave. We're gonna do 30-second intervals. We don't wanna overcook our chocolate because we definitely don't wanna burn it. We need to get a small spatula. We need to get a glass. That is another trick that I use when I'm filling a pastry bag. I don't like to try to have to balance the bag in my hand and fill, so I like to use a glass. And so I will put it in here and I will wrap my pastry bag around my glass, just like this. Use my hand to get in here and give myself some space. That feels a little bit wet to me still. I used it earlier. Let's grab some paper towel and I'm gonna wipe this out real fast. We'll put it back in the glass in just a second. Really quick wipe out. Chocolate and water are not good friends. So we wanna make sure that we're not using or eating any water in anything when we're melting chocolate. So we're just gonna go ahead and stretch out our bag. We're gonna check our chocolate. I think it probably is going to need another 30 seconds, but I just wanna make sure that I'm not overdoing it. And I can tell that it definitely does need that last 30 seconds. So let's do another 30 seconds. Still finishing my delicious little float. These are super tasty if you haven't tried these. They're so good. I think it would be fun to do a different flavor all the time. They have so many great flavors in the grocery stores. Lemonade and ice cream would be super good together. One of my favorite sodas when I was a kid, we didn't get soda very often, but we did get it every once in a while. Welch's Grape was a favorite of mine, as well as the blue knee-high, I think it was the other one that was one of my absolute favorites. And occasionally I would put those over ice cream when I would get them. But we did not get a whole lot of soda or ice cream when I was a kid, unless we were at Grandma's house. And of course you get everything at Grandma's house. All right, this looks super good. Has a nice smooth texture. The glass is a little bit hot, but it's gonna be fine. We're gonna go ahead and dump this in here. We're gonna scoop as much of this as we can into our pastry bag. If you don't have a pastry bag, you can use just a little Ziploc bag and snip off just the very tip of the bag. So you can tell this is already starting to come out. So we're gonna start up here with the coolest cookies first. And we are gonna just give nice, short, little dark chocolate drizzles. All right, let's come back here and do this one. Our chocolate is very melted, so some of the drizzles are not super beautiful, but it's gonna be fine. We're making a mess, but it's gonna be okay too. All right, and that is it. You can see how cute these are, but I think we still need to have a bite. That's a good cookie. That's a very good cookie. We did something good. Super tasty. All right, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me in my kitchen today as we made a couple of sweet little treats. Made those fun little sugar cookies. We made some delicious little floats with my husband. So these are two little treats that you guys can give your family for Valentine's Day as a little sweet little surprise. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you guys enjoyed making these things with me today. And I hope you guys will check out some more of my videos if you're new here from one of the other channels. I hope you'll check out the other videos and all the other things that we have going on around here, because we have a lot of things coming up soon. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell up there so that you get notified, especially for that special video that's coming up on February 10th. Another sweet little Valentine video is coming out, so I don't want you guys to miss that. So make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified when I upload. And it means so much to me that you guys would spend time in my kitchen with me. And again, don't forget that this video is part of a collab. There's a whole bunch of other amazing YouTube ladies in the playlist down in the description, so make sure you check that out. But this collab was put on by and organized by Christy's Farmhouse and by I'm Merely Melissa. So make sure that you check out those two amazing ladies. A link to their channels will be in the description, so you can check them out. So please head over and share some love with all of the other channels. These videos take a lot of work, a lot of time to do. And we do this because we love it. We do it because we love sharing the things that we do. And so we like to share those with you. And we love it when you guys communicate with us, when you make comments, and when you guys, most of all, when you subscribe to our channels, so that we can build this community together, so that we can share the things that we love. But as I said before, it means a lot to me that you guys would spend time with me. It's such a blessing to get to spend time together in the kitchen or in the garden or wherever we're at. It's just a blessing to get to spend time with you guys. So I hope you'll come back again. And have a great night, friends, and God bless.